Hello, it is the intern back on my break here with the Paper Mate Eraser ballpoint pen. School is coming back for a lot of us, and with this return comes the need for new writing tools. Today I'm going to take a look at one of these possible items. Erasable pens can come with a negative stigma, and that is not without basis. Normally either the quality of the ink is so poor to allow for the erasing to take place, or the erasing is so poor that it might as well not even be there as a function. So how does Paper Mate's attempt stack up? Let's take a look. Starting off, let's see what we get. The pen has the main body, a cap, and an eraser at the top of the cap. This eraser is easy enough to take off if you ever want to replace it or remove it outright. The same cannot be said for the ink cartridge, rendering the rest of the pen useless when you run out of ink. In addition, as we will soon see, the eraser leaves behind plenty of shavings in its wake. So having it exposed like this will lead to small bits of leftover shaving at the bottom of a book bag or your pocket. The body of the pen is nice enough, but with the lack of any kind of grip, it can also slide around. One of my favorite reasons to use a pen over something else is the clip. This is a minor aspect of the pen for other people, however, so I'll spend a brief time talking about it. As far as clips go, this is the least functional one I have ever had. The plastic is too hard and doesn't have enough give to make it usable on the front of a notebook or a thicker, hard surface. But the gap between the clip and the pen makes it so that it can't be used on a single or double piece of paper. There is a sort of Goldilocks zone where you can put enough pages in to keep the pen in place. However, I shouldn't have to count pages to keep my pen secured to my notebook. Writing with the pen will feel familiar to a lot of people, but in a disappointing way. The pen writes like it's about to run out of ink. Gaps in the lines and a very weak start to any line makes the outcome look more like a pencil rather than a pen. The bold lines I want out of a pen are rarely present. The writing quality improves with a softer back like in a notebook or on a stack of sticky notes rather than a hard table, but this is not a compromise a pen should have to make. It can write upside down or from any direction, however, so if that's something you look for in a product, it's there. Overall, the writing feels about how you would expect from a cheap pen, so there are no surprises, but I wish Paper Mate had gone a step further with the quality to make this pen really stand apart and worth it. If all you wanted was a cheap pen with a bad clip and poor writing, there are cheaper options for that. The reason this pen is notable is that it claims to erase. For most cases, it erases just fine. It is still very clear that something was written before, and oftentimes the word will not come out all of the way, leaving behind some indentation or black residue. However, it does a good enough job to render that part of the page usable again. That said, it's far from great. The sheer amount of shavings it gives off rivals that of a number 2 pencil, if not surpasses it. Because of this, the eraser wears down quite a bit very quickly. Comparing a new pen with one that I've been using only on a single sticky note shows how fast it will eat away through the eraser. For about $1 per pen, these function fine, but there's almost always a better option. If you just need a cheap pen and could not care less about the eraser, then there are cheaper options, or ones for the same price that will offer a better writing experience. If you're after the ability to erase, and you don't really care about the pen clip, or the strong bold lines, then just use a pencil. I can only recommend this to someone desperate for the look of a pen, no matter the quality, who also wants to erase and cannot afford the extra few dollars that'll take you into the next tier of erasable pens. If you do have a little extra money to spare, then there are better options, one of which I will take a look at in my next review. With that said, my break is almost up, so it's back to work for me. Stay busy.